Hello, hello, hello. This is Kellye A. Bowens. Welcome, 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 everyone in the SheEO district and everyone tuning in. My name is Kellye A. Bowens. I am the founder of the SheEO district. Thank you so much for joining us here on this rainy Thursday here in Atlanta. But nevertheless, we have a special treat in store for you. I'm coming live from my cell phone, my internet. I guess due to the rain is not letting me be great today. So, but that doesn't stop. Look, we can't let that stop the show. We have alternatives that we can go to when this happens. So I'm logging on from my phone, and we have a special guest waiting for us backstage in our StreamYard. But do me a favor, you all know the drill. Go ahead and share this broadcast. Share this broadcast with someone you know that has recently started a business and looking to start a business. So tonight we're going to be talking about some of the unspoken things that come along with starting a business. So we have Miss Tabitha, and I hope I am. Uh, I'm gonna say Tab, and I'm gonna let her tell y'all her last name. So I don't want to mess it up because it's such a beautiful name. We are excited to have her. So she is the owner of Abide Candle Co. And I happen to have my candle here with me, guys. Her candles smell absolutely. Let me get in the screen. Absolutely amazing. I'm on my third candle and I love it. I literally took one of her candles with me all the way to Panama City because going into those condos and those Airbnbs and hotels, it can be iffy. The initial smell sometimes can be iffy. And I tell you, I lit that thing and every day and it just filled the condo. So I am excited to have her. So I'm going to just cut to the chase and go ahead and bring on Miss Tab. We got some things to talk about, and I think thank everyone for your patience. We're running a little bit behind due to technical difficulty, but we are here. So thank you, Tab. Welcome to the SheEO district.
Hi, thank you for
Can you hear
having
me?
me. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Can you hear
I
me?
can hear you. Yeah. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, yes. We can hear you now.
Okay,
Awesome.
cool.
Well, thank you
All
so
right.
much, Miss Pat. Go ahead. We may have a
Thanks for having
delay.
me.
Yes.
Okay.
It you can hear me?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. You know what? I'm gonna try to give us 1 second, guys. I'm gonna see if I can log in because I think there's still a delay here. 1 second. All right here.
All right. I think we rocking now. I think we rocking. I think the internet's gonna be kind to us, Tab.
Sounds good to me. Sorry, I was just sharing with a couple of people on my Facebook
Okay,
Marketplace.
awesome,
So,
awesome. Bring them on in here. Bring them on in. The more, the merrier.
yes,
So,
yes.
ladies, so Tab, so real quick, just tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your business, and we're gonna hop right into it.
Sounds good to me. Well, happy Thursday. Good afternoon, evening, or morning, wherever you may be tuning in from. It's such an honor and pleasure to join you guys today. My name is Tabitha.
We can't hear you. Can you hear me? We can't hear you. 1 second, guys. We're gonna get through this. I promise. I promise. I promise. Y'all just hang on, hang on, hang on. All right.
Hello.
Yes.
All right, get behind me, Satan. Let's start this thing over
Okay.
again.
Put him in his place.
All right. Let's start it over. Happy Thursday, everybody. My name is Tabitha Obienu, and I am the owner and chandler at Abide Candle Co., located in Atlanta, Georgia, where we hand pour luxury soy candles specially designed with grace. All of our candles are made in Atlanta, but we ship nationwide. We can be visited at buycandles.com. I am a nurse by trade, so during the day, every day, I am a nurse on a COVID response team right now. So that's what I do during the day. And so I call myself a 10% entrepreneur because that's as much time and investment that I have right now until I can transform and evolve into something else. So I'm excited to be here with you guys today and just talk to you guys a little bit about the joys, the pitfalls, the highs and the lows of what entrepreneurship is. So thanks for having me.
And that's a good thing. And thank you so much for joining us and bringing us into our first topic. So and I'm thankful to even have you because you are able to share that experience of still having a full-time job and working a business, right? And so we speak all the time that being an entrepreneur, saying I have a business, it's trendy and it sounds sexy, right? But nobody knows the nitty gritty of it all. And especially when you're working a full-time job and, in your case, having to fulfill a product. Is not like you're providing a service, right? You're actually fulfilling with an actual product. So there's a little more that may go into it based aside from the service industry, right? So my first question is, and I like to kind of dial it back to bring it forward. So when did you discover that you had an entrepreneurial bug? I should say, like, when did you know that you wanted to become an entrepreneur?
Okay, that's a very good question. And I like to start by saying, okay, so I've been in the candle industry for about 3 months, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I've been an entrepreneur for quite some time. Prior to me moving to Atlanta, I lived in Cleveland, Ohio, where I owned a full service bar and restaurant in downtown Cleveland. At the peak of the downtown season when LeBron James was at the Q. So I'm not unfamiliar, right, with being an entrepreneur. But even at that time, I still held my nursing license, right? So I knew that I needed to be an entrepreneur when I worked my first 12-hour shift. Right? So when you're a nurse and you're a new nurse at that, right, you don't really get the cream of the crop shifts or, back when I was a nurse, I've been a nurse for almost a decade now. So, it's been some time. But when I was a nurse, it wasn't that you got all the best shifts and all the best everything and the best floors and your choice. So it was a lot. Working 12 hours is a lot to commit. And then especially when you leave at the end of the day and there's nothing really tangible other than the fulfillment of taking care of somebody else.
Yeah.
So for me, I knew that I needed an outlet. I needed to be a part of something bigger than myself. And that's where entrepreneurship led me.
Yeah. And so transitioning, I guess, from here to Atlanta, did you have any desire to go back into the restaurant industry, or you was like, that's the season that has passed in my life?
That's so funny because I get asked that question a lot. And when the question first arose, when I first got out of the industry, I'll be honest with you, I was very bitter, very angry, very upset. I was disgruntled and I was like, I will never get into the restaurant industry again, right? Like that, I'll leave the men where they belong in the industry. But then as I began to grow and I began to learn and understand what business is, I'm at a place where I'm in the works of opening up something else. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, the industry is it's hospitality. I'm a nurse at the end of the day, so serving is my thing. So it's hospitality, and I absolutely love that aspect of the restaurant industry.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, were you a nurse even in Cleveland, or did you become a nurse here when you moved here to Atlanta?
No, I actually became a nurse in Pennsylvania. So after I graduated.
Okay, so you went from restaurant industry to nursing, right?
No, I was a nurse first. So I graduated nursing school so I'm from Ohio. I left home, went to Pennsylvania, Erie, Pennsylvania, and I graduated from Erie University. After I graduated, got my degree, got licensed. After I graduated, I moved back home and I got licensed.
Okay.
Shortly after getting my license, within the first 3 months, the opportunity presented itself for
Okay.
me to get into the restaurant industry.
Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. So I guess when did you get into your love for candles that you wanted to? Of course, everyone loves candles, right? But when did you say, "Hey, I want to start making my own candles"? And then what did it ever just start out just making them for yourself, and then evolved into a business, or how did that work? How did that process work for you?
Yeah, interesting, right? The irony of the candles is I was in a real dark place.
That's typically where even our guest Lauren Wellman last night, her gift it was discovered in pain, right? And so and
Yeah.
myself as well. So you are right on course for for the narrative of how we get to where we are today. Yes. So go ahead.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. I lost my grandmother, one of the most pivotal human beings I've ever met in my life, right? I lost her in December of 18, the year I moved here. I moved here in August and lost my grandmother in December.
Wow.
And the piece that I wrote for my grandmother was actually titled A Candle in the Wind. Now,
Mm.
this was in 18 prior to me even thinking about the candle business or anything like that, right? And it was just the way that it just grief, loss, that understanding, that process, right? That
Yeah.
season,
Yeah.
that writing, that piece was just everything. You understand? And it helped me through something that I never experienced before. My grandmother was the very first person that I've ever lost. So
Oh, wow.
at this age, trying to process and understand grief for yourself is something different than being a nurse and helping someone else process it, or being a friend and help someone else process it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's when the darkness began, right? So I moved out of Cleveland to create light in my life. And so to create a new beginning, boom, we got here. I lost my grandmother. It went dark again. So a year or so after, I'm still trying to heal. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm still trying to tap into what it is that God is trying to tell me or do for me or through me. And it came to me that I should make candles. I said, everybody loves candles. And I can absolutely create an entire message with this candle. And for me, it's so much more about the message than it is the candle.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
with my grandmother, it was so much more about that messaging that I wrote than it was anything else. And
Yeah.
so that's where we got the candles. It was literally a therapeutic, just have the opportunity to share.
Absolutely. Wow. What a story. And again, you are literally, okay, we lost Tab. Can you hear me? Okay, we'll wait for Miss Tab to come back in. But again, as I was saying, as we were discussing on last night with Miss Lauren Wellman, she has a podcast that talks about grief and going through the process of grieving and how it too came from a dark place when her parents passed away relatively close to each other, I think within a couple of years. And so, Tab literally is just confirming what we discussed on last night. And you may ask, like, what does it have to do with entrepreneurship? Well, it has everything to do with entrepreneurship. One, it is your story, right? And two, that's where the passion comes from, because you can't pull something out of the sky and be passionate about it. Again, her product is candles. Lauren's product is a podcast, but that's not the message, right? My passion is event planning, but that's not the message, right? So it's God. Again, God uses our gifts to make room for us in purpose, for us in our message. So He has to use something, and He is so omnipotent in all His ways. He uses our gifts for the message. So it has everything to do with entrepreneurship. So Tab is back, and I'm going to bring her back here, and we will continue this amazing conversation. All right, Miss Tab.
Hi.
Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, well, let's talk about the name, Abide, Candle Co. So where did Abide come from?
Abide is like a lifestyle. First of all, let's start there and then we'll get into that. But I tried life on my own, right?
Mhm.
And it didn't really work out peacefully, right? Like life can work out good and well for you, but not peacefully. And
Right.
in the not peaceful part, the chaos is what will kill you, right?
Mm,
And
mm.
so that wasn't good. And so I told God, I just said, if you get me out of this situation that I was in Cleveland, if you just get me out of this, I won't do it on my own. I won't do that. Right.
Mhm.
And so I just kept reading and I just kept reading and I just kept studying the word and studying the word as I was trying to develop and get through this tunnel. And John 15:4 and 5 just kept, in everything I would do, it would just come up.
Yeah.
It would just come up. And I'm just like, all right, obedience. That's the key. The key is obedience, right? Like you can understand the promise, you can know the purpose, you can want it, you can manifest it, you can do all these affirmations, right? But
Mm.
the obedience is what fulfills the promise. It's what reveals the purpose. It's
Yes.
what gives
Yes.
you, right, what you
Yes.
need to get through what it is you need to get to, right?
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
so John 15:4 and 5, I didn't want to paraphrase it. So I got my handy dandy book so that I
Okay,
could
let's
read it
let,
out to
let,
you
let's
guys,
go with
right?
it now.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, sorry. So we make the proper reference. So this is what I meant when I said that it's a lifestyle, right? Because for me, I live the lifestyle of doing it on my own without
Mhm.
obedience, without abiding, without putting his decisions, his understanding, his word, his promise, his discipline at the forefront of what I was doing, right?
Mm.
And so I had to name it that so that every email that I type, every business card that I send, every sales ad that I put up, you will always know that it is God first and then
Yeah.
it is me. I say
Yeah.
I'm the co-founder of this because God created this and put me in it. I couldn't come
Yeah.
up with this. I could not
Exactly.
have
Yes.
generated,
Yes. Speak
a
on it.
hundred
Yes.
sales in 30 days. I could not have, I couldn't have created, I'm not that genius, right? I can't do that. And so I say I'm the co-founder and he's the founder because
Yeah.
that's just what it is. And
Yes.
so boom, John 15:4 and 5, abide in me and I will abide in you. For a branch cannot produce fruit if it is severed from the vine, and you cannot be fruitful unless you remain in me. Yes, I am the vine, you are the branches. Those who abide in me and I in them will produce much fruit, for apart from me, you can do nothing. And
Mm.
it was the apart from me, you can do nothing part, because apart from him, I could do nothing,
Yes.
right? And
That's
like,
so good, Tab.
and
Wow.
having known that, seeing that, lived that, it just wasn't something I wanted to do anymore. It was like,
Yeah.
I want to abide. I
Yeah.
want to do this. This is a
Yeah.
choice that I
Yeah.
am accepting, right? So
Yeah.
that's just what it is.
And in abiding, there is peace. In
Oh,
abiding, there is rest, right?
oh,
So,
man, we
so
could
yeah,
talk
so
about it.
I am totally with you. I tried to do this on my own and it was a mess. I was a mess and messed it up, right? And it wasn't until we all chose to abide that the favor of God was unleashed. The plan
Yes.
was made, the vision was made clear,
Yes.
right? Because you can't see or hear Holy Spirit or hear the voice of God or instruction when your life is chaotic. Because I say all the
Yes.
time, like, our spirit is noisy. Like stress is noisy. Chaos
Yes.
is very noisy, and it creates noise in our spirit, and we're not able to hear.
Yes.
And so, abiding, you making the decision to abide, it was a decision because you said you were in a dark place. And sometimes we choose to stay there in that
Sure.
place.
Sure.
Sometimes we don't want God to come and rescue us.
And that's so funny because like back in the circular world, it's like, what is it? Don't save her. She don't want to be
She don't
saved,
want
right?
it. Exactly.
Because it's very, very true, right?
Yes.
Because just like being in the dark, it's a mentality, it's a
Yeah.
mindset, it's a stronghold, it's a
Yeah.
sin, all of it, right?
Yeah.
And being in the light, you have to learn how to be in the light. You have to adjust to the light. It's like when you wake up in the morning and your light is off and then you turn a light on, your eyes have to adjust.
Yes.
It's the same
Yes.
thing when you are walking and living
Yes.
and striving and trying to do what it is that Christ has called you to do. You have to adjust to living in the light,
Yeah.
in his
Yeah.
light. You understand?
And that darkness is a comfort zone for us.
Yes, it is.
It is.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. That
Yes, it is.
darkness is a comfort zone. And
Yes,
we
it
have
is.
a lot of company there.
Yes, we
We
do.
have a lot of people there in the darkness with us, right?
Yes,
so
it
feels like home, right?
Yes.
Ooh, that's good. You
Yes.
gotta work to be in the light. That's not an automatic thing. That's a decision.
No.
Yeah, it's a faith decision. That's good, Tab.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
But I don't know who this is for. I know we're not on topic according to the title, but we are on topic. We are on topic because that's where it starts. Really, the business piece is secondary.
Yes.
You have to get your spiritual in order. You have to get your mental in order. You have to get your emotions in order before you enter into this marketplace, because
Yes.
it is not a nice place to be. And it's
Yes.
not a nice place to be out here on your own. You're
Yes.
literally setting yourself up for self-sabotage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Once the excitement wears off and reality kicks in, oh my gosh, I rushed into this unprepared. And
Yes.
what do? Quit.
Yes.
Right?
And
you're
I
not
think that's the
You're not
problem,
quitting
right?
on yourself. You're quitting on God. You're quitting on your family. You're quitting on the people you were supposed to be a blessing to. So you're going to miss the opportunity to be for ministry. Yes, it's a candle. Yes, this is a candle, but this to me represents ministry, right?
Yes.
I do events, but my
Yes.
events to me represent ministry. Just
Yes.
like Lauren, yes, she has a podcast, but that podcast is a ministry. We don't have to be behind the pulpit. We don't have to go around and beating folks over the head with the Bible or whatever.
Yes.
God uses our gifts for us to minister to people. It is nothing but a gateway for us to be a light.
Yes.
For him
Yes.
to draw people unto him.
Yes. That's it.
And so it does start with this. It does start with our businesses should start with some scripture that we have to reverence, right?
Yes.
And so, man, thank you. That was so good. That was so good. So I guess we'll get on topic as far as the title is concerned. But let's talk about some of the challenges that you've experienced. I know you said you've been in business for about 90 days. And we'll talk about the challenges of entrepreneurship as well as the challenges of being an entrepreneur and still having a full-time job. So what are some of the challenges that just come to mind that stick out for you that you've experienced in these past 90 days?
Let me first start by saying I feel like society has like glamorized entrepreneurship, right? Like it's not for it's not for nobody that's soft. If you can't read a comment and they say who wants to hear your podcast anyway, and you not be like, I do, I'll listen to it 16 times.
Right.
If you crumble, you it just doesn't work. And not just people's opinion. The fact that they make entrepreneurship look like, okay, I'm going to start this business and then I'm going to live the life that I've always dreamt of. That's not the way that it works.
No.
Right? So that's just how I wanted to start that, right? Entrepreneurship is taught. You're not born with it. It's not something it's not a gene. It's not something, oh, my father owned this business, so I'm just going to be that's not it. You learn how to be an entrepreneur and what it is that you are doing, whatever it is that you are servicing, selling, making, however it is that you are moving yourself in this marketplace. It's a constant trade, and it's an art that you have to learn, you have to hone in on, and you have to constantly research. And that's one thing that I learned when I first started this. Okay, in the restaurant industry, it's a little bit differently because I had a chef So they handled all the food. They handled everything that dealt with inventory in the kitchen. I was secondary looking after, right? The bar,
Mhm.
same thing. So you have people, but this is you. So you
Yeah.
are your marketer, you are your brander, you are your customer service, you are your technology team, you are everything. You know what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say? And you got to be prepared to be everything.
Yes.
And sometimes be everything for nothing,
Yep.
because you're not always going to make a sale. You're not always going to get a client. You're not always, it's not always that. So you have to be able to look at your business for something far deeper than sales, far deeper than pushing your service, right? Because that's
Yeah.
when you win. You
Yeah.
win by saying, you know what? I updated my resume today. I mean, my website today. I may not have had a sale, but guess what? I did
Yeah.
my Google page, and that drove 300 new leads to my website organically. You know what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say? So
Yes.
in this marketplace, you constantly got to be able to research your competition, research your niche, and then be able to pivot accordingly so that you can stay top tier and above all of the competition. You know what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say?
And that's one thing that we tend to leave off in our conversation about owning your own business or being an entrepreneur is that research piece. We research piece. Another is staying ahead or aware of the trends. You have to stay ahead of the trends because you can't get in the trend once the trend gets going. You're too late,
No.
right? You
Mm.
have to get ahead of the trends. You have to study the market as it relates to your product or service. You have to stay in the know as far as tech and systems and processes, because the more you have to put your hand to stuff like physically and not have systems in place, that's more time that you're taking away from you focusing on your product, right?
Yes.
So the more automation you can get and systems that you can put into place, the better your business is going to become. Now, you may not have access to those things, from a financial standpoint, but it's definitely something that needs to be on your radar and on your plan, 1 to 6 months within starting your
Yes.
business. Yeah. And
Yes.
so, we're talking about these things that are unspoken. Again, entrepreneurship is sexy, but it is a lot of work. I worked harder as an entrepreneur than I did working my job. My job came easy to me. Entrepreneurship is not easy because you have to wear, all of these hats. So going back to what we were talking about before, you have to be mentally strong. You have to be emotionally strong, right? You can't have to. I can't tab. I don't need tabs. Your support is great, right? Being inspired and motivated is great, but you got to inspire yourself. You got
Yes.
to motivate yourself, because in
Yes.
those times where you have time to update your website and you just say, "Oh, I don't feel like it today," you may have missed 2 or 3 sales by not
That's
doing
right.
that,
That's right.
right? So we don't have the option or luxury not to, right? And if you don't have the discipline to do that on a day-to-day basis, or when your schedule, you design your schedule accordingly, you've already missed the boat.
Yes.
And you're going to always just be saying, I have a business, and that business is never going to be profitable. I'm not
Right.
in this to say I have a business on social media online. I'm not here for that. I'm not
Right.
here for, it's too much work for
Yeah,
me
it
not to
is. It
be
is.
making
It
money.
is.
Okay. Let's put that out there. But in the beginning, you are going to take some losses, financially, because you have to put in the time to get your business up and running and build that foundation, a sturdy and a strong foundation. So it may, to someone else looking in, oh, she's taking a loss. Her business is not growing. No, I'm taking the time to build my foundation. And once that foundation is built, once my business does get going, it's not going to crumble. Everything
Yes.
starts with the foundation. I don't care what you're building. If you're building anything, I don't care if it's a house, a dog house, a tree house, or whatever, that foundation has to be strong, and you have to put time into the foundation.
Yes.
So, really quick, let's kind of incorporate your job. Now you're a nurse, so how do you do it? Just that's the question. Like, how do you do it? How do you do it? How do you provide a product with excellence and with care and with the love. I feel the love in the packaging. Absolutely love opening your packages. It is like you feel on Christmas because you know you're about to get something inspiration. I'm digging and looking for the card. And I can tell the love that because it's layers. It's not you're not just gonna open a box and pull out a candle. No, it's a whole process.
Yes.
And I can appreciate the time that you've taken with your packaging. I don't know if Dior is still on, but she's the same. Like her honey products, her packaging is so amazing. And it's like I don't even care what's in the bottle. Like this box and this packaging, all this stuff. I'm excited about that alone. So just talk about that. Like how are you able to provide an excellent product and go to work and provide excellent care for your patients?
That's good. That's good. That's really good. And I laugh because now that you asked, you know how sometimes when you're doing something, you don't even know how you're really doing it. You're kind of just like doing it. And so when you asked, I'm just like, hey, take a step back and answer. How are you really doing it? Right. So I'm asking myself the question and I'm trying to just process it so I can answer. Right. So the way that I do it is, first of all, I love nursing. So it's not really a job to me. So I'm never like, oh my God, I gotta go to work. I hate this. I'm never like that. I wake up in the morning, I just be like, shoot, let's go, whatever. Event management is the honest question, right? Because a lot of people try to say it's about time management. But the fact of the matter is every single day we get the same 24 hours. Mm-hmm. And it's not that you can control that 24 hours. So we can never manage time. Time is out of our management. We can't do that. But what we can do is manage the events that we plan within our time. And so what I do is I manage the events.
Wait a minute. Listen, with all Socrates philosophical on that one tab, girl.
Kellye,
we can't manage time.
No.
Wow. We manage the events within the time.
Yes.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah.
That was good.
So because I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a nurse, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a friend, I'm still a woman, so I still like to do my hair. I like to go get my things done, so I have to be able to manage the events that I have within the same 24 hours that I get every single day. I know I work 5 days a week, I know that within that time that I'm working, I must maximize within my control everything that I can do for my business while I am working, whether that is sending emails, creating automations, setting up posts and scheduling them out, whatever it is. I am, one of my pet peeves, Kellye, is wasting my time. I may show up late to an event. That's very true. But as far as wasting time, it's something that I really I don't do that. I don't have enough to waste. And because it's not something I can control or get or go buy, I don't play around like that. So at work, I am, creating, I'm writing those cards out. I get a box of them. Perhaps, if I have a free hour, I'll write a bunch of the cards out. If there's inventory that needs to be reordered during the time that I'm at work, because I can't just give them 40 hours. I can't give them 40 hours and then I get nothing like that. That's just not even a good investment. Like I can't even do that. Right. Like we're not even. And I said to myself, I will never take a job that interferes with my business. I won't take, because I'm a contract nurse. I'm a travel nurse. And so we do contracts. And so I said, I will never take a contract. I will never sign a contract that will take more of me than I can give to myself. Mm-hmm. Because for me, that's me trying it on my own. And I'm not out here trying to strive. I just want to abide. Right. And so at work, I do whatever it is that I can do. And then on the weekends, it's production. On the weekends, I make all my candles. On a Saturday morning, I wake up extremely early when the family is still asleep, maybe 3:30, 4, knock out a bunch of candles, knock them out. I love to do it. So again, it's not work. It's not stress. Yeah. It's never oh my God, I got to make these candles. It's always like, bet, let's go. Just like with the nursing, bet, let's go.
Yeah.
Everything is about perception. If I make it a job, if I make it stressful, that's what it's going to be.
It's
Right.
going to be that. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
So that's it.
And you said something profound there. A lot of people get up every day that are in business and may have a business and a job. They go to a job that they hate, every day. And it's hard to transition because I know because I've been there, to transition your mind with doing something that you hate and then trying to just switch and focus and then doing something that you're passionate about. That's a lot of work.
That is. And that's why I said
going from something that you hate to something that you love, because that hate is going to drain some energy from you doing something that you love. So it's good that you have the presence of mind to, I'm going to do something that I'm passionate about. And that process is going to be seamless because I'm passionate about, my products and my services that I offer. And it's still about providing service.
Yes.
It's still in the service industry. So you've just been dropping nuggets like all night long, Tab, like seriously.
But just real quick, Kellye, I just want to we're going to just take one step back to when you said that there are people that are working jobs that they absolutely hate while trying to manifest and work on these businesses that they absolutely love, because one is going to cancel out the other one. And that's a very valid point. But it's just about mindset, right?
It is. Yeah.
So this is the way I would look at it, because I've had jobs that I hated. I've had nurse supervisors that I hated. I've not always had favor where I can say, this is what I want to make every hour. This is where I want to work. After 10 years, you say it and you get it, right? But there's times I've hated it, not being a nurse, but facilities or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. But if you're an entrepreneur and you're in that space, this is one way you can look at it. I have this business that I have to fund. Without this job, I can't get inventory, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Without this job, I can't get a Facebook ad or a Google ad. Without this job, right? So it doesn't have to be something you hate. It just has to be a means to an end.
Yes.
And if you look at it like that, then it will take the hatred out and it will put the hustle in. And you say, shoot, if I got to work 80 hours, right? I'm going to work 80 hours because I know at the end of this 80-hour check, I'm about to get $1,200. With $1,200, I can get me 55 pounds of wax, 2 cases of glass, make me some candles, flip that, get this. I'm one step closer now to stepping out of this job and into entrepreneurship.
Yes.
But
yeah. Every hour that you were, absolutely, it is all about perspective.
It is. If I wake up every day and I say, I hate it, I'm never going to be fruitful at it. Yes. I'm never going to be able to take advantage of what this thing actually has for me, no matter how small it is. I will never be able to reap the benefit of what I'm putting into it. If you're going to be there for 40 hours and you hate it, you may as well get something out of it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And working towards something that's greater where you don't have to do that. So it is all about perspective. Yeah. And your perception of it. That is how you perceive your job, right?
Yes.
That's good. That's good. Because look, starting a business, you got to have some money, y'all. Don't get that.
And that's very good, Kellye, because it takes money to make money. And that's one thing that entrepreneurs, startups, founders don't get that. They don't understand that it takes money to make money. And ain't nobody out here just to give you no money. Ain't nobody just going to say, hey, sis, here go $50,000. You get your inventory together. You get your paperwork in order. You make sure you have your accounting and your books in order. That's not the way that it works
at all.
So you have to understand that it takes money to make money, and it takes more money to make more money. Yes. And you got to be willing to spend money.
And two, we can't go out here thinking that we just gonna be profitable right off the rip. Like, it doesn't work that way either. Right? That investment may not yield a return financially for a while.
Yeah,
for a long while.
For a long while. Right? I started on July 1st. We started we went live. Our website went live July 1st. I got a sale. I got 2 sales the first day that I opened up, and I didn't get another sale until July 14th. And I counted it. That's 13 days later. You understand what I'm trying to say? Mm-hmm. But what do? Do you say, oh, they hate me? They hate my product? No, they don't know you. They don't know your product. they don't even understand what's happening right now.
Right.
But if you give up, if I would have just said, forget it, they don't want me, then I would not have half of what I won't even, what has happened is so surreal to me that I can only say it's from God, because I promise you I couldn't do it. Yeah. In the beginning, this is, I know I won't tangent a lot, but in the beginning I had these goals set, right? Because this is where he will teach you to remain in your lane of abiding and staying obedient, right? I set these goals, these stupid goals, thinking I just knew everything. I was like, you know what? I want to be able to have one sale every day for the day of the calendar month. Sounds crazy, right? So on day 1, I want to be able to have one sale. On day 2, I want to be able to sell 2 candles. On day 3, right? You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But if you calculate that, and then you calculate the sales I've made, oh my God, I've cut myself short, because I don't know the vision. I don't know what he wants me to do. I don't know what, because I'm trying to do my own thing, because I got it all, right? But then he sits you down and he say, look, sis, your way is going to end you up with 14 days of no sales. Your way, ain't nobody going to respond to your post. But if you just do it my way, and you just abide just a little while, I will show you better than I can tell you. And dear God is my witness. He has shown me beyond what I can think, so far beyond what I could hear. There's no way possible I will step out of my lane of abiding and obeying to do anything on my own, because I won't be
absolutely fruitful. Absolutely. We speak the same language, because, you know, for example, with SheEO, I couldn't even fathom any of this. I couldn't even fathom us be sitting here talking about entrepreneurship. I'm not smart enough to do this at all. I'm not smart enough to do SheEO. So God is the boss. I tell everybody, God is the boss. So I have to hear what he says, and then that's the end all be all. That's right. And the Holy Spirit will have you out here looking like a whole genius.
Yes. Have you out here looking like you just been in these streets for like ever, and you only been in these streets for 3 days, you know? So it's something profound. I'm not just saying that. I'm not just trying to sound like nothing. I feel as God is my witness, Kellye, I am telling you the even 1 year ago, I could not even just, it's wild. It's just wild. Because not just that, right? I was in a space where I would pray, dear God, just let me dream again. Oh my God, just give me clarity and focus enough to just create a dream. Just give me a dream. Give me something to see. And then when I look behind me, right? And I see this, it goes beyond a dream. He didn't just give me the ability to dream. He gave me the ability to create. Yeah. Yeah. And I didn't have that. Yeah. Yeah. Because my mind was so cluttered. It was so canceled. It was so wounded. It was so hurt. It was so dark. It was so damaged. So when he said he'll give you double for your trouble, he gave me the ability to dream and create, which is absolutely amazing.
Yes. Yeah. And we get to experience it here. I'm experiencing it here in my home because of your obedience, because of you abiding in God. I get to experience Tab every day right here in my home. And you don't think I know this candle's made with love? I know. That's why I'm gonna be a forever customer. When I like this, the fragrance, you can even smell it through the box. Just a side note, like
yes,
you can tell when things are made with love. Like when you can tell when food is made with love.
Yes,
I can tell that this candle was made for love because you've conveyed the message.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You conveyed the message, and now I experience the message when I open my candle.
And that's so awesome that you said that, because I know a lot of people think like why does she be saying experience the difference? Because that's what we say. We say, you know, experience the difference. Because it is different. Because for us, it's not just a candle. And you can go get a candle from anywhere, right? Like it's a candle. Right. Let's just be honest. You can literally walk into Target, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, wherever you like, and grab you a candle. But what you won't get is the experience.
Yeah.
You have no idea who made that candle.
Yeah.
That person has never spoke a word to you.
Yeah.
That person has never even seen your profile and said good morning. Yes. Right. And for me, I don't know where you are in your life. And I don't know what message or word you need to hear because you have a smile on your face. I can't assume that your life is good because you post a nice post. I can't assume that you don't need to be encouraged because that was me. Had the prettiest smile in the room, but the most damaged. Had the best lashes on, but just got done crying right before I put them on, right?
Yeah.
So the message, I'll give you that scripture card. And perhaps that is the message, not even the one I wrote, but the scripture itself may be what you need to hear in that moment.
Yeah.
To propel you where you need to be, to make you step back from the ledge, to make you go where you want to go, to make you just listen to what God is saying to you.
Yes.
So many times people have said, oh my God, this message was a confirmation for me. And that was so much deeper to me than you even purchasing a candle because now God has spoken to you.
Yes.
Now God has spoken over your life. And now you're about to move the kingdom even further.
Yes.
And that for me is deeper than a candle.
Yeah.
This is only 8 ounces. This 8 ounces is going to burn out. It's going to get consumed. But that message,
that
that's
word,
going to stay. That's going to burn inside of you. That's going to make you think. That right there, that's a fire that can't be quenched. You know?
That's so good. And to know, I love sowing into kingdom business. And I don't say I only sow into kingdom business, but I take it to heart, and it means more to me when I know that I'm sowing back into the kingdom by purchasing a candle. And that's how God uses our gifts as ministry. We have to reshift our mind. I know some of us grew up learning a certain type of thing that you got to be behind a pulpit for ministry. No, God sent us here with gifts, and that we use that as our ministry because we're all ministers here in the earth.
That's
even
it.
Without titles. If you are a child of God, you are a minister. The moment you open your mouth and talk about the goodness of God, you're ministering to someone.
Yes. I say all the time, my business is my testimony, and somebody asks, okay, are you selling it? Are you trying to inform, or are you trying to give a message, or are you trying to sell candles? And I said both, because without the message, I can't sell a candle. And without the message, I don't want to sell a candle. The candle doesn't even matter without the message.
Right. The candle is just the conveyor belt.
It is.
With the message.
It's almost like, how they give you something pretty to trick you into what they want. I'm just dangling this pretty candle in front of you, right? So that you can just get that little tiny card and just say, Lord, hear my cry. Dear God, thank you for today. Oh, my dear Lord, it ain't that bad. I can make it. I'm going to step back today and just rejoice in the fact that you gave me another chance. I know I'm loved and fearfully and wonderfully made, right?
Yes.
You don't know what somebody needs to hear, but so many times I needed to hear words that were not there. And that's what those cards are. If you order a candle, you'll never not hear words that you don't need to hear because you're going to get it.
Yeah, man. Tab, honey, you are powerful, man. I'm so honored to be talking to you. You got a lot in you that you need to get out, and I'm excited to hear it. I'm excited to see where this is going. I ain't throwing nothing out there, but I'm excited to see where this is going. So what's next for Abide Candle? We have about 2 more minutes left. So what's next for Abide Candle Co.?
Abide Candle Co., we have actually been accepted as a vendor in the Southern Woman Magazine Holiday Mark in Fayetteville, which is an absolute honor, joy, and pleasure. So we will be there. We will continue to just get our name out into the community via pop-up shops for now. But eventually, we would like to have a space in the airport. We don't want to shop per se, but we would love to be able to get into the airport where we can spread our message globally, right? Because in the airport, if you're in the airport, you're going to take this to Canada. You're going to take this to Africa. You're going to take this to Antarctica, right?
Yes.
And so one of my 5-year goals is to be in the airport and have a warehouse where we are able to do all of the shipping and all of our own little thing, to just give that message to a wider base.
Awesome, honey. I love a big vision.
Yes.
I love a big vision because I know God is able to make that thing come to pass, honey.
Oh yes.
If he has the wherewithal and the being God and who he is to even bring this into existence, he has the power to get it into the airport. That's nothing.
Amen.
That's nothing.
Amen.
You just continue to obey and abide. That's it.
That's it.
Obey and abide, and let him do his thing. Let God be God.
All by himself.
Exactly. So tell everybody how they can what's your website and your ways to contact you.
Sounds good. So we're practically on any social media site in Google. If you Google Tabitha Obienu, you will find us. If you Google Abide Candle Co., you will find us. You can visit us at abidecandles.com. We're on all social media platforms. Be sure to like us, follow us, comment, share. We appreciate all of the love and the support. We're on Instagram at Abide Candle Co. We're on TikTok at Abide Candles. We love to have you guys. We really appreciate everything that you do. And if you download our app and become an abider, you have all types of chances to go into contests, win giveaways. On birthdays, we give out a free candle code, so a free candle of your choice on your birthday. But you have to be a member. You have to be an abider, which means you have to create an account. So We're happy to share the word, and we're happy to share the light. And we appreciate being here with you guys tonight.
Awesome. Now, look, will you ever have a membership where we can just pay a fee and just get a candle of our?
Kellye,
I would love that.
We have our acceptance boxes rolled out. Oh, yes. And I wanted to talk to you because Kellye was my confirmation. I had written down real quick. I know we have to go, but I had written down in my business journal. I journal everything. And I had written down in my business journal that I wanted to start a subscription box idea with it. And I'm like, okay, we're really young. We got to kind of build our name before they want to just start being subscribers. And then I talked to you. And then I was like, oh my God, like I need to do the subscription boxes.
Yes.
Right? So we've unrolled our subscription boxes, which is awesome. We have 3 tiers. We have the Thrones tier, which means you'll get 1 candle, 4 ounces. You'll get a surprise treasure, and shipping is included in that $17. We have a medium tier, which is a Cerebrums tier. You get 1 8-ounce candle. You get a surprise treasure, and the shipping is included. And then we have our highest tier, which is the Seraphim's. You get a surprise treasure, an 8-ounce candle, a 4-ounce candle, and shipping is included. So if you're interested in that, you just go visit our website at Abide Candles and tap acceptance boxes.
I love it because I just want to get my stuff in the mail, honey. Here's my card information.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I love it. And Tab, you're such an amazing woman. Your spirit is just really contagious. It precedes you. I tell you that all the time. You're so beautiful, but your personality and your spirit, it's even more beautiful. So thank you so much for sharing your heart. I know you were sharing information about entrepreneurship, but thank you so much for sharing your heart with us today, because that's where it all is anyway. All this is it is all about our heart and matters of the heart. And I can tell that you're very passionate about what you're doing for the kingdom. And so guys, let's support Miss Tab. Go on and get your subscription so you can get that thing in the mail every month, not have to think about it. I'm gonna do that first. I'm gonna put this on my to-do list and subscribe first thing in the morning, because by the time I get it, this will be gone. And so that'll be right on time.
Yes.
On time. So thank you so much, Tab, again for spending this time with us. I know we had a few technical difficulties, but honey, you put Satan behind us, and that's where he is, and that's where he's gonna stay. Okay.
Yes.
We got through it. And thank you all so much for tuning in on tonight. Tune in tomorrow for our live broadcast. We'll have Miss Terry Hicks talking about her stage play. Something from Delilah. I can't think of it, but it's going to be an exciting, and it's her birthday tomorrow. So we get double the excitement on tomorrow. Her stage play, Save Me from Delilah. I believe it is. Which is we're showcasing on Saturday. So we're going to have an exciting time on tomorrow. But guys, just have a blessed rest of the evening, and we will see you all back here on tomorrow. Thank you so much, Tab. You all go support her.
Thank you.
AbideCandles.com. What's the website? AbideCandles.com, right?
Yep, AbideCandles.com.
All right, go get your subscriptions, and y'all, we can do a live, and we can all talk about our subscriptions, the subscriptions that we got on.
Yes.
Well, y'all have a good night. I love y'all, and thank y'all for tuning in.
Good night.